shots that every golfer needs is a little chip from just off the putting surface. I found myself a few feet from the green, and what I've got to do is I've got to get this golf ball in the air long enough to land safely on the green and really act like a putt the rest of the way. Now I'm on a pretty nice golf course here. The grass is mowed nice and low. Technically, I could putt this ball, and in fact, I probably recommend that for most people. What I get people to do in my golf lessons is try and select shots in terms of the level of difficulty. So for example, number one, putt if you can. If this grass isn't that long, you want to putt the ball through it, hey, that's an easy way to go. I totally recommend it. If you can't putt, that's when you chip. Maybe this grass would be a little bit longer right here. Putt wouldn't get through the grass so easily. Now we're going to chip the ball. And finally, if you can't chip, that's when you're going to pitch. Maybe you're further away. Maybe you have an obstacle between yourself and the flag. That's when you got to toss that golf ball high and land it soft. As you progress from putting to chipping to pitching, the swings get bigger, the movements get more complex, the difficulty level goes up. So always select the easiest shot available to you. Even though I could putt this ball, for the sake of discussion today, we're going to chip it. So in terms of chipping, what we're looking for is trying to create nice, clean, crisp contact between the club face and the golf ball, making sure we never hit fat shots where we bottom out and hit the ground early. The way we're going to do that is primarily through our setup. In pitching, we have the golf ball in the center of our stance. That's to create loft. Here we're looking for a low running shot, so to take loft away and guarantee good contact, I'm going to have you play the ball a little more back in your stance than normal. My general recommendation is to have the ball inside your right instep, and if you're concerned at all as to whether or not it's back far enough, you can go ahead and slide it back dead even with your shoelaces. So I've got the ball inside my instep. I've got a pretty narrow stance that's also very square. A lot of people like to open their stance. That's okay. I personally play my shots with as square a stance as possible. Once we've got our ball position in our stance, what we're going to do is we're going to take some loft off the club face here by leaning our body towards the target and also by leaning the club face and the shaft towards the target. That is taking loft away, guaranteeing a low shot. Looking at the movement, since I don't have to carry the ball that far, I'm going to look for basically a no-wrist motion that's supplied almost entirely by my arm swing. I don't have any hinge back. I don't have any ring hinge coming through. Don't need that kind of power for such a little shot. What I will do, though, is once I get my arm swinging very pendulum-like, is I'll actually incorporate what I call a pivot, which is just a gentle little turn of my legs and my hips towards the target. A pivot is recommended for almost every shot in golf, with the exception of the putt. And what it really helps us do here in the short game is create a little bit of power that's smooth and rhythmic, that's void of any kind of hitting with the muscles of the hands. So putting it all together, I got the ball back, I've got my stance narrow, I'm leaning towards the target, a little arm swing with a little pivot, and that ball just hops right off the face. It'll be in the air for just a couple of feet, and then it will run nicely towards the flag just like a putt. Ball back, weight forward, shaft forward, pendulum swing. My club selection on this particular shot is an 8-iron. I got about 45 or 50 feet. If I were to select a more lofted club like a sandwich or a pitching wedge, I might carry the ball too high, it might get killed into the slope right there. So generally, a lower shot is a better shot. In this case, I had the 8-iron. If the flag was a little bit closer to me, I might drop down to my pitching or my sand wedge. But I always feel like I'm making about the same movement. And I'm letting the golf club dictate the general height the ball comes off the club face and the amount of roll afterwards. Technically speaking, if I had a 100-foot chip across the green, I could even go down to a 6-iron. Less loft in the face, keeps the ball a little bit lower, keep the ball running on a nice line. So putting it all together one more time, ball back, stance narrow, taking loft off the face with your setup. Arm swing, pendulum style, add a little bit of pivot. That's going to help give you power, help increase the quality of your contact. I guarantee if you work on this little chip shot, you'll definitely improve your short game.